My name is Sophie, and I live on the island of Maui, the perfect place to go surfing, hiking, go to the beach every day. And that's exactly how I should be spending my time, right? Actually, my day-to-day looks quite different. I'm a proud homebody, and it brings me so much joy to have a whole day to get lost in a good book, tend to my little patio garden, or dive into one of my hobbies. Every day looks more or less the same. Nevertheless, it's full of meaning and made of little moments of happiness. More importantly, this ordinary, boring life is what fulfills me. I'm the first to admit that I feel so blessed to live in this beautiful place, and I can go see the ocean whenever I want to. But for the majority of us, including myself, we spend a lot of our times at home in some kind of a routine, whether it's eating, sleeping, or working. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying the ordinary side of our day-to-day lives. Just reflecting back on some of my happiest moments, I can really say with certainty that it doesn't take that much for me to be happy. I look forward to walking my dogs every single day, as much as I look forward to going out on the weekends with my friends. Trying out a new recipe at home is just as exciting as going out and dining out at some resort. And maybe this is because I am an introvert and I am a homebody, but I can't deny that I feel the same kind of joy from these activities as those activities that society would label as fun and exciting. And I think I've resisted admitting this for the longest time because there is so much pressure to stand out and also to live our best lives, whatever that means. We're so often told to dream big, be bold, live large, and to stand out from the crowd. And everything else falls under this category of being boring or just being average, like that is the worst thing to be. We look to our friends and peers on social media and feel like we have to constantly do cool things or upgrade in lifestyles to be validated in some way, or just to look like we're also having a great time. Not only social media, but the constant noise of advertisements telling us to buy this, go on that trip, drive this car, and only then we can live this extraordinary life. Our society pushes this narrative that happiness is something to be pursued, that we have to spend our time and money to acquire happiness. Maybe there's some truth to that, but I just don't think it tells the full story. Definitely does not tell the other side of the story. As a very impressionable 20-year-old something girl, I was very influenced by social media, but also advertisements. Even if I knew that social media was just a highlight reel of everyone's lives and marketing was just big companies trying to do their jobs. I guess the constant exposure to it really changes the way that we think and can have an influence on how we define happiness for ourselves. So I bought those outfits, I went on those trips, I had a very full social calendar, but these things didn't make me any happier as a person. And I think it's because these were not my dreams. It felt like I was living someone else's life, and in fact, it actually distracted me from being satisfied with everything that I already had. Now, living an ordinary or a boring life does not mean that I can never dream or have aspirations. I still dream of being able to move to the coast of Portugal or Spain one day. I dream of having a huge lot where my dogs can run around freely and maybe even live on an orchard with big mango trees and fruit trees. Yeah, I think I will always be a dreamer. But My dreams now don't interfere with what's happening right in front of me, my real life. And to be honest, if I can't find contentment in my day-to-day now, there's no way that I'll be able to feel it, no matter where I am or what I'm doing, even on my orchard with all my mango trees. This ordinary and simple life is what appeals to me, but I also notice that I gravitate towards others who share more real and authentic moments of their lives. In a world where it's becoming so easy to fabricate things, I think seeing life and people in the rawest forms is such a nice change. I love seeing what people eat for breakfast instead of what you ate at a Michelin star restaurant. I'm more interested in seeing what your home looks like instead of what your vacation looks like. I notice myself paying more attention to the person and their story, because that is truly what makes you unique and interesting. Maybe you really enjoy living a fast-paced or eccentric life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with not wanting that. In fact, I think there's so much value in embracing living an ordinary life. It really focuses on the deep and meaningful relationships, being rooted in our communities, getting to know the people that shape our lives. This is a life where we have the time and energy to be fully present with our families, friends, and partners, being able to celebrate the little wins and enjoying the getting there instead of always wanting to skip to the result. Instead of meeting society's standard of a good time, it encourages us to explore and figure out what we enjoy as individuals, no matter how lame it might be to others. And instead of putting so much emphasis on having a story to retell, it lets us focus on what's happening in the moment. I'm not claiming that everything ordinary is impressive in any way, but I am putting the message out there that we might be ignoring what's really beautiful about living an ordinary life. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.